A Guide to Astronomy 101 by Miranda Rafner Natalee Leon. AU stands for the astronomical unit, which is the distance from the Sun. Earth is about 1 AU from the Sun, or 94.5 million miles. Mars, on the other hand, is about 141.6 miles away from the Sun, also known as 1.52 AU.
The celestial sphere is a useful representation of the sky because we can map it out based on what we see on Earth, and it takes the shape of a dome. The dome shape happens because half of the celestial sphere is naturally blocked off by the ground in which we are standing on, otherwise known as the horizon. The point directly overhead is called zenith, and stars move gradually from east to west in the night sky.
A circumpolar star is always located above the horizon. Star A would not be considered a circumpolar star because as it completes its rotation, it happens to go below the horizon. Star B would be considered a circumpolar star because as it completes its orbit around the north celestial pole, it stays above the horizon and never goes below it. As Earth spins around the Sun, we see different parts of Earth being lit up by the Sun in different times of the year. Two important ones that are most common and popular are the June solstice, also known as the summer solstice, and the December solstice, which is also known as the winter solstice. As Earth rotates around the Sun on its axis, it allows different parts of the world to experience different types of weather. When a certain part of the world is tilted towards the Sun, it is summer, and when it is tilted away from the Sun, it is winter. With different hemispheres, both north and south, it allows these parts of Earth to experience the opposite weather and opposite season because one half is facing the Sun while the other is facing away from the Sun.
The moon has different phases based on where it is relative to the Sun as it rotates around Earth. As the Sun hits parts of the moon, it causes different phases. 50% of the moon is constantly lit up by the Sun, regardless of what phase it is in. However, the amount of light we can actually see on this half is dependent on where the moon is in its orbit. Each complete orbit around Earth lasts about 29.5 days, which is approximately a month. The phases from new moon to full moon are waxing, which means the amount of light we see is increasing. Phases that are going from a full moon to a new moon are waning, which means that the amount of light we see is decreasing. When we only see half of the moon's face, we call these either the first or third quarter phases through its cycle. The phases just before or after a new moon are called crescents, and those just before or after a full moon are called gibbous moons.
Eclipses occur when Earth and Moon cast shadows due to sunlight when all three celestial bodies fall into a straight line. There are two main types of eclipses. A lunar eclipse occurs when Earth lies directly between the Sun and the Moon, so that Earth's shadow falls on the Moon. A solar eclipse occurs when the Moon lies in between the Sun and Earth, so the shadow of the Moon falls on the Earth. People who live in specific parts of the world that are covered by the shadow will witness the Sun partially or fully blocked from the view. The most recent eclipse was August 21st, 2017. Thanks for watching, and we hope you learned a little bit more about astronomy.